for their next possession.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bowers. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now back to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ray McLeod, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
On that pass play, I saw the strong safety start to creep, or free safety, one of the two, start to creep up towards the front, into the line when I hiked. I mean, I left Ray out on the deep route by himself with a corner on a one-on-one, and Ray's got speed.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The RP, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Work in the middle of the field has got him made complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act to this 1st quarter. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
4 yards. That's another Las Vegas 1st down. First down, Las Vegas.
They'll set up a throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Ty Felton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's got 2 touchdown passes on his first 2 drives, and he'll try again here on drive 3.
He'll drop to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll set up to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ty Felton
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The bird on her head, that's hilarious. Bro. That is awesome.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the long touchdown pass on the last drive, his 3rd of this first half, as his guys take over with a first down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Now he's free up the right sideline. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw here. That's complete. It's Ashton Jeanty. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Jeanty, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designed.
Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
He'll drop this underneath for Jeanty.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. They'll look to throw here.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
For 30 more yards and another first down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Heck yeah, I'll take the time out. I tried to get it off the F.
Here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Better than no point.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty.
They find some open field here. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Las Vegas.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First down, Raiders.
They'll look to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Second down and a yard.
He'll look to throw. That's caught left side. Myers with it. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
up the middle. It's Genty. Shifts by him. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Looking to throw. Open man, that's Felton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. They're going to look to throw. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers, 29 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Notched his 15th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive. And they'll look to keep it going here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, I think after that run, the defense gets back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And a 42-yard line here and brought down there. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
And the Las Vegas first down.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 40 yards. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Ty Felton. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if not, and now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Sorry, Cowboy.
The drive will begin with a run by Genty.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from blocking down.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Donovan Ezeraku.
In there to get him. It's a loss of 5. On play action, they'll throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
At the 47-yard line.
The run straight ahead with Genty. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Try! A beautiful fake. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 7-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
And the Raider first down.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like...
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Ty Felton, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
Still got it, though.
And the Raiders continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
Devontae ain't even on the team. He's not even on my roster. Not even in the injury.
Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On the give, Genty. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Moving inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, Genty. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Myers. is going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Didn't hear the fat lady sing yet.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Las Vegas, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to
Okay. Advance to next week. And who we playing? The Cleveland Browns. Alright. Check it later. Peace out. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend.